everyone. Continuing our interviews from the second day of the second conference of the Association Parliamentarians for Al-Quds. We have with us in the studio Dr. Abubakar Yunus, who is from Nigeria and he is member of the parliament. And also we have with us Mr. Msusa Rasheed from Malawi, and he is also a member of the parliament. You're most welcome.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Abubakar and Mr. Rasheed.
Thank you
So
very much.
my question gonna be about we are in the last day of the conference. So what is your feedback from this conference, from these 2 days, by the way?
Alhamdulillah, by the end of these 2 days, being the second day of the meeting, I have gotten myself much richer than the perspective that I had about the Quds and about the liberation that is taking place about the Palestinian people. Earlier than that, people have been dashing out this kind of a perception that it is about religion. Rather, we should look beyond that. Al-Aqsa Masjid is a kind of a symbol for at least three faiths. We have the Jewish, the Christian, and then the Muslim. By now, after attending these conferences, I have been properly appropriated, placed in a very good perspective, having understood the struggle is all about human rights violation, a kind of denying a typical Palestinian a kind of right to live. So the message taken back home is really to help in shaping the thinking, changing the perception, and probably by way of changing the narrative that it is all about human rights violation. That the earlier we start viewing the operation being taken place in the Palestinian as a kind of dehumanizing kind of an act, violation of a fundamental human right of a person and a typical Palestinian, then the better, and we understood and we can put a halt to it together.
Mr. Rasheed, I want to ask you, as we know, Parliament is one of the most important institutions in any country. So do you think that the gathering today of Parliament members here in this conference gonna do any pressure in their countries to their governments to make strong decisions about Palestinian issues?
Thank you very much. The first thing I would like to say is Malawi is attending this for the first time, and being a member being a member of Parliament from Malawi, one thing we have learned here is there is always good to have unity for a purpose. You know, peace is much needed to everybody. When you are born until you die, you must have peace. This is regardless whether you are a Muslim, you are a Christian, whatever, wherever you belong, because God created us to be at peace. Peace with our friends, peace with the animals, peace with our environment. That's the fundamental reason why God created us. So I am happy to have attended this as a member of Parliament, because I know there are two things that are going to happen. The first thing is I shall narrate what I have observed and experienced through the interaction with friends here to share the true picture of what is the problem in Palestine. Because when you do not have the information, you have mixed ideas. You do not even understand who is doing what and who is right and who is wrong. But by attending the 2 days I've been here in Turkey, Istanbul, I am very, very enlightened. And the people in Malawi will be very happy to understand the real situation, and they will be much, much prepared to support anything that can bring peace, because as we are celebrating peace in Malawi, we should be also celebrating peace in Palestine.
Thank you. So, Mr. or Dr. Abubakar, for as we know, like Israel, they are trying to influence the South African part of Africa. So, what are your position as the Nigerian government? What are your opinion from this deal between Israel and South Africa?
Well, you see, when you talk globally, you talk of the global or international politics. I will regard the Israeli stand as a kind of international politicking, trying to lobby and get people on their side.
Exactly.
So there is no a kind of straightforward or a straight kind of solution to it regarding to the question. Rather, we will now encourage the Palestinian struggle to actually see that they are liberated. Just like Israeli is trying to do a kind of a propaganda using all sorts of machinery, we also implore them to do. And I think the Parliament for Quds have started it. By convening such a conference. I think they have taken a step in the right direction. Bring people together, educate them, inform them, get them richer in information, then they get to understand your struggle better. And when we go back to our respective destination, then probably we must see how we can help. But the position as a government, if the Israeli is trying to penetrate government, probably the Palestinians struggle too by gathering the parliamentarians together. It's in a way trying to penetrate the government through one of the leg of the government. And we made this is an issue for interview because it has a kind of a logistics, and we have to do a kind of respect for some international law. So discussions are taking place. Like right now, we are just from a meeting whereby such things have been tabled, and they are going to be looked vis-a-vis the international law to see that while we are trying to struggle and create an enabling, peaceful environment for everybody as far as the earth is concerned, we did not really go against, let down international procedures.
Thank you. So, Mr. Rasheed, what is the like your participation today here? What is the message of Malawi people to the Palestinian?
The message from Malawi is we wish the Palestinians to be cool. We know they are in problems. All the people have gone through problems. I give you a good example of South Africa. People never thought at a certain point there would be peace. People were being brutally killed, murdered. They never thought that one day they shall have peace. But we all witnessed what happened through Nelson Mandela. The people in South Africa are free. Now, the only thing maybe in addition to that is when South Africa was becoming free, but financially it was not free. Now that we are experiencing the problems Palestine after the freedom in South Africa, there are two messages from Malawi that we need to convey, that we cry for them, we stand with them in these times of hardships. But we also encourage them that every problem has got a solution. And there shall be a day when they shall celebrate that they are free. During that period, remember that they were not alone. So when they become free, remember that everybody in the world was trying to look at the means and ways on how they can become free. So we'll be waiting to celebrate with them. Let them have a smile, because every problem, as long as it is in the world, has got a solution. And Palestine, we believe as Malawians, shall be free one day.
Thank you so much for being here, and thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Well, the pleasure is all ours.